That was really quick. I don't know why. I'm going to have to fix the timing on that. But anyway, I was just explaining that my life is getting better. And I'm going to be working from home soon. I'm excited about that. And it's not just because of my health issues. It's because my kids are 14 and 11. They're too old for a nanny, but too old for me to just leave them alone. If I'm not in a relationship yet, and I haven't remarried, so I want to be there for them, you know? I'm not in a place in my life where I would take like a 12-hour-a-day job, you know, and work 60 hours a week away from them and leave them to raise themselves, you know, because my mom sort of had to do that with me because she was real sick, and not only that, but I mean, my dad was at work a lot. So, dad at work a lot, mom in bed a lot, older brother who, you know, didn't really care what I was doing. I mean, he cared to a point, but as long as it wasn't like, you know, too bad, he was okay with it. And that didn't make him a bad brother. It made him a brother that wasn't really aware of the damage that could be done if I was hanging with his crowd at 13 years old and doing the things that they were doing. He too had some growing up to do. And my parents thought that they could trust us, you know. But anyway, I just want you to know that, you know, this is not all going to be boring, okay? I have a lot I want to discuss. I just wanted y'all to really get to know the real me at first, because I'm like, you know, I watch these people on the videos and they're so not real. They're talking about, golly, you know, they're alphabetizing their stuffed animals and, you know, saying their names alphabetical, and I'm supposed to be impressed. That's what they're putting on YouTube, and that's what they're getting paid to do. And then my son, you know, he plays all these games, and then he watches these other people play the same games that he plays, and I'm like, why do you watch these people play the same games that you own? I don't get it. I will not get it. He didn't learn any special moves from them or anything like that because they talked the entire time. They didn't even explain what they were doing. So they became famous because young minds don't know better. You know what I mean? They watched them like they were cartoons, and I think that the young world is being taken advantage of because of their lack of knowledge. So I put a time limit on how much I allow my kids to be on the internet, to be on their cell phones, laptops, whatever, you know, because being on it all day, I'm sorry, but, you know, what about camping? What about playing on a playground still, or going to the beach? I mean, come on, you know? And I'm sorry that the more technology we have, the more we are making our children lazy. This is the laziest generation that's ever been, and no one can disagree with me on that. So, but anyway, so I tell you what, as I continue about my life tomorrow, I will add some good stuff in, and starting now, right this second, I am going to, let me close the door. My ex-husband's watching the Alabama football game. Roll Tide! I live about 11 miles from campus, but I live on the lake. So, let me take you on a little tour here. As you can see, this is like my back porch. And then, if you go down the steps, you will be on the water. That's our beach right there. That is the steps that gets you down to the beach. So, let's see. Yeah. Stairs. There's the water already. So yeah, we live right on Lake Tuscaloosa. And it's beautiful out here. It's the home that my parents want to leave to me and my kids. But we haven't totally made a decision on that. It just depends how well and how quickly I start making money on this company that I'm going to be doing with Global It Works. You can type that in and learn about it if you want to. But I'm going to be using YouTube to advertise it, and that is actually what gave me the idea to start making YouTube videos in the first place. I told myself I would never put myself on YouTube. Everybody always said I put too much of myself out there, you know, as it is on Facebook. But you know what? I don't care anymore. You know, I want to help people. And if there's one person that watches my videos and is going through the same thing I'm going through, or has gone through one of the things I've gone through and needs advice on that and gets it from me, then that makes me happy. That's where it's at. So, let's see. I had a lisp at first when I had to get rid of my top teeth. And the doctor told me to get rid of the lisp, practice singing. And I said, well, I sang really, really good because when I was living in Albuquerque, New Mexico at 16, I took singing lessons for 3 hours a day, and I'm not kidding. It's very hard. I lived up there for a year at Teen Challenge. It was my choice. I wanted to get out of town. I wanted a new, different atmosphere because my life was going crazy, upside down, and it was after my horrible car accident, which is another story for another day. But anyway, I have a pretty good voice still. And, so yeah, I'm going to end this video with something positive. And I can't wait to get my teeth fixed because then I'll really be able to show you how good of a singer I am. I sang at over 16 different churches that were televised. And many times I sing by myself, and we're not talking about like churches with 20 or 30 people. We're talking about churches that held up to, 500